All right.
Good morning, everyone. Dan Bates, President and CEO, Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, and we are glad you could join us this morning for coffee and conversation. Today, our presenter is going to be telling us about corn stand jam and how that got started and the force behind it, and how that has turned into some other movements into mental health issues and how they're working on that together. So I don't know, is Scott presenting also? But anyhow, we have Patrick Wright from Serve Pro, and then we have Scott Smallwood as well that'll be talking about corn stand jam. So let me tell you how this works. We are on Zoom. So if you have a question, you can, I'm sure, interrupt the speaker and ask a question. He'll get that answered for you. Our largest audience is on Facebook Live. So if you're on Facebook Live and you have a question, type it in and we will repeat it to the speaker and get that answered for you. So you know who I am, you know what the protocol is. I'm going to turn it over to Tiffany, who's going to do some self-introductions, and then we'll get started.
All right, welcome everyone. I'm Tiffany Grubb, Director of Marketing with the Greater Hamilton Chamber. So I'm just going to go around my screen. We'll start with Lynn. You can introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lynn Gar with YWCA Hamilton. I am the Director of Empowerment and Advocacy. And my apologies, school just started yesterday. So if you see me looking to my right, it's to make sure my daughter goes in the door before I pull off.
Awesome. Let's see, is it A Kakaris 1026?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Asia Kakaris. I'm with G&J Pepsi. We just renewed our membership, so we want to, I guess, join in on anything and see what everything's about. Especially, I definitely love coffee and conversations.
Awesome, welcome. Yeah, we're so glad to get you guys re-engaged. Jason Michael Miller.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason Michael Miller, Director of Membership and Engagement for the Chamber.
Great, Laura.
Hello everyone, I'm Laura Merrill with the Greater Hamilton Chamber.
Looks like Hamilton Community Foundation is still connecting to audio. Oh, they just connected. Hamilton Community Foundation, if you want to introduce yourself.
I think that might be Katie.
Okay. We will move to Scott Smallwood.
Hi, I'm Scott Smallwood. I'm the event coordinator for the Corn Stand Jam.
Awesome. And then Patrick, we'll move right into you if you want to introduce yourself and start your presentation.
Absolutely. My name is Patrick Wright, and I'm one of the board members of the Corn Stand Jam. And we'll just dive right into it. It is honestly, it's been I think this was our 6th year going into the mental health awareness event that we all know and love called the Corn Stand Jam. You know, it's a Greater Hamilton event. We reach out to other Butler County communities. The event was, I'm going to let Scott tell you about how the event started. Scott's been into it a lot longer than I have. And Scott tells the story really, really well. So I'm actually going to ask Scott right now to kind of give the background, Scott, of the whole event, please.
Sure. This event started 6 years ago after the tragic loss of Jimmy Unger's son, Christian. Jimmy decided that he wanted to help others not have to go through the pain that he had to endure. So he got together with some friends and they did a small benefit at North 2nd Street Bottle Shop with a few bands, raised a little bit of money for mental awareness. It was such a success that as the years have gone on, this event has grown from a small event at a bar to now a whole day festival at River's Edge, where we have 7 to 8 bands, we have fireworks, food trucks, and all the money that is raised from this event goes back into local organizations such as Envision, Butler County Mental Health. We put money into the Boys and Girls Club, into Big Brothers Big Sisters, and also local students are getting scholarships to universities that are helping out in the mental health awareness arena. This event is very dear to Jimmy's heart, and he puts a lot of his time and effort into doing this. So Patrick and I and a lot of others help him with his mission to make this something that's not only special for Hamilton, but special for people in our area that are having mental issues. Back to you, Patrick.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm going to hold up a couple little flyers that you may see around town. This is the sponsorship flyer. We are always looking for people to sponsor, and we don't ask anybody to give more than they can or, would cause them any grief or discomfort in their businesses. This flyer you might see around town is for volunteers. The entire event is run off of volunteers, and it takes us about 70 to 100 volunteers to make the day happen. And then we are in need of gift baskets. Again, everything we do goes back into the community. Every penny that we get goes right back out. We enlist the Hamilton Community Foundation controls the funds. We try to give back, like Scott said, to all other organizations that are, working with mental health and or creating a positive environment for the youth. The Boys and Girls Club has been a huge this year. I know we gave out a scholarship to one of their patrons there, and it was a really moving event. Scott, you and I were both there, and I want to say there was a football player there that matched our scholarship. Wasn't that the case, Scott?
Yeah, Hall of Famer Rod Woodson matched our $1,500 scholarship to Demarion.
Yep. So it was a great event, and again, this was not all about Corn Stand Jam. This was about mental health awareness throughout the organization. I want to make sure that people realize we're not the only effort by any stretch. We have a lot of organizations that reach out. The greatest thing about what Corn Stand Jam does for the mental health awareness is we bring all of those organizations together. So when the day of the festival, we will have, many of the other mental health awareness outlets, resources, and facilities will be set up, handing out brochures, information, and or getting community awareness for their organizations. Does anyone have any questions?
So Patrick, it's kind of not a question, but it is. Why don't you tell everybody where the name came from?
All right. So Jimmy's son, Christian, that died by suicide, he had a corn stand over next to clubs on Eaton Avenue, and he would sell corn. So it was pretty much as simple as that. And Christian was very well known for his, for his corn stand. That's what he did every year. Anyone else?
So how exactly can businesses help the cause?
So by sponsoring is obviously the obvious outlet. However, we always look for places to hold our meetings. So if anybody wants to reach out to us and say, hey, we'd like to open up on a closed day for a meeting or anything along those lines. Last night's meeting was with the Hub, or at the Hub on their closed day. We were just able to open the doors and they let us in to have a meeting space. Allowing us to come in and hang some flyers. The posters were printed yesterday and we were out and about getting ready to hang them in different businesses. So if any local business would like and allow us to hang a sign for the event, the poster, we'd love to bring them by, hang them up, and get some awareness that way. We really love the community to come out and participate in the day. It is a great day. There is a large kids zone. It is very, very, very heavily focused on the youth of the community.
Does the concert cost anything to attendees?
Absolutely not. Everything is free. The concert and the entertainment is free that day. There is beer sales will happen. There with the food trucks will be there. They are paid food trucks. So they will cost, but I do believe, all the kids zone, the bounce houses and mazes and activities for the kids to do. And there's going to be a great year this year for the kids zone. In the past, we've had 3 or 4 different items for to do. I want to say we're up to about a dozen almost. So it can be a great day for a lot of young kids. Scott, we do have fireworks, I believe, that wrap the night up, correct?
Right, we do have Rosie's fireworks will be at 10 o'clock that evening to wrap the event up. We've had them for the last couple of years and they've seemed to go really well. I see there's a question we have here from Jason Michael Miller about the type of music we're going to have is if anybody knows CFG and the Family here in Hamilton. They're a bluesy classic rock type band and it's all local musicians. What Casey Gomez, who is the lead singer of CFG and the Family, has done, he has went out and he has found a lot of local bands and non-local bands to come in that are similar style to him. We do have a couple in the beginning. We have a couple different ones, more like classic rock or things like that. But at the end of the night, we have award-winning blues bands that where CFG and the Family went last year to Memphis and competed at International Blues Festival and ended up in the top 6. They were able to recruit a couple of bands there to come in as well. So it's going to be phenomenal music for free, and everyone's invited out. As for the other question about rules for volunteers, everything from split the pot sales to beer vendors to setup, cleanup, helping out with our raffle baskets, all those things that we need help at because it's an all-day event and we don't want people there for 12 hours getting burned out as a volunteer. So 2 to 3 hour shifts. If you want to come down, be fantastic. And if you volunteer, you get a t-shirt. So
There's also the day starts, I do believe, Scott, with DJ Christian, correct?
correct. And yes, DJ Christian will start it off. If everybody knows Christian, he will be our opening act.
The event starts at noon, by the way. I don't know if we've actually brought that up. It's a noon till 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. And the fireworks are right then at the 10 o'clock time.
So any other questions?
What's the date?
September 21st.
In the hours.
Noon to 10 p.m. And Scott, we do have is it about 10 food trucks, anything from Naughty Lobster to, I believe, Victory Lane Pizza and a lot in between there.
Yeah. I have a wide selection, a lot of trucks that we don't usually see in Hamilton we're able to have brought in. I think we have a lot of Hamilton sponsors, a lot of Hamilton businesses that have sponsored this event. And we are so proud to be in the community that, from Pat's Serpro business to a lot of other ones that have given me money and have given time to make this event a success. So it truly is, our community has come together to help us help it.
Absolutely. Rose Automotive donates vehicles and financial donations. So it is a truly Hamilton event. We do reach out. We don't limit it to only Hamilton, but the heart of it is here. The heart of it is here.
And one other thing that we have raised money for is we do have a children's book that is associated with the event that we've probably given out close to 1,000 books to the Hamilton City School District and have had readings there and also with the Boys and Girls Club as well. So a lot of money goes back into helping. All the money that comes in either goes to help or goes to run the event.
Scott's being extremely modest. Scott wrote the book, and the book is amazing. It is a phenomenal book. And Scott himself, he does go around to the schools and reads these books to the students. And it has been hugely impactful, and it is super exciting when you hear a kid tell you about, hey, I saw that book, I read that book, somebody told me about that book. When they hear about it and to realize it came from Hamilton, and the Hamilton community truly looks out for one another. It's really cool. Sorry to throw you on blast, Scott. The title of the book is Monkey and Bugs Night at the Corn Stand Jam.
I bought mine on Amazon. Is it still available there?
Yes, it is. And we will have some at the show as well.
I'm
I
sorry.
do believe it can get autographed, by the way.
And it was the most important thing that was illustrated by Hannah Tebby, who's a local artist. And if anybody who knows Hannah around town knows how amazing her art is, I just put words on the paper. She brought the story to life and actually made it so kids absolutely love it. So she's the real talent.
So if businesses would like to get in contact with someone to get some more information or to sponsor, how would they do that?
You can get in touch either through, we have a Facebook page, or we can put my information here on here. You can email me and I can get all the information to you. We can get sponsorships, or we can come out, we can put flyers in, or whatever you guys want us to do. I'll type in my email address.
Is the event on the Explore Hamilton app yet?
No,
I
but
do
when
not
we
know.
get done with this meeting, we'd like to talk about it.
Well, it's pretty simple. Put it on the chamber calendar and we'll upload it to the app.
Perfect. Thank you, Dan.
Make sure you click community event when you put it on the calendar.
Fantastic. Anybody else have any good questions for us or bad questions?
So all the profits are towards mental health organizations. Can you share what some of those organizations do to help? Are they targeted at youth specifically?
Not just youth. Youth is just part of it. From Vision, which has the Lost Doss, which is a support group for people who are unfortunate enough to have to deal with suicide. So Day of and Patrick is part of that, where they will go out to the actual site and help the people along, because obviously when you're in that state of mind, you need somebody to help guide you through whatever from to do from um, the getting the body taken care of and all those things. So we support that. We support Butler County Mental Health, Children's Hospital. As a matter of fact, we were donated over 100 books, and now they are part of their curriculum for their youth mental health evaluations and for their mental health treatment. So anything that's in the city or in the county, we try to reach out and help.
Yeah, this event and meeting Jimmy is what got me really involved with the Lost Dolls program. And since it has really been an eye-opening situation. Statistically, we had it would take a person that was touched by suicide about 4 years, whether it was a family member, friend, or close relative, whatever. It would take them about 4 years to get back to what we consider living the life that they did prior. Now, with the interactions with the Lost Dolls program and allowing them to destigmatize the traumatic situation and give them resources, that 4 years drops to 45 days. That to me was enough to it was a no-brainer at that point in time for me to get involved. Last month Butler County averages about 55 to 60 suicides a year. Last month we only had one, and I know that's a lot. One's too many, but statistically the numbers are going the direction that we're all working for.
I think the fact that you guys are, volunteering to do this is extremely important. What a lot of people may not realize is, we finally, I think, have made some progress in destigmatizing mental health and accessing, services. The problem is, over the past 2 years, the amount of service providers has declined dramatically in our area. So even though we've now finally convinced people to seek, mental health professionals, the number of professionals they can access has decreased. I forget what the percentage is, but it's a lot. It's like 20% over the past couple of years. So to have volunteers willing to step in is really, really important.
Thank you, Dan. And that is 100% true. The nearest resource, if I'm not mistaken, is Beckett Springs in Westchester, and then the second next is the Linder Center. So we truly have nothing here locally in Hamilton that really is a inpatient type resource. And sometimes it is what's needed, and just a lot of compassion, a lot of caring, and a lot of thought. You know, we all need to have that a little more forgiveness and understanding. I mean, that's the biggest part we can have, is understanding that the people we see walking the streets that we may think are homeless may not be. They may be suffering from some sort of mental issue that they need some help with.
Do you guys work with or connect to veteran suicide prevention programs?
We do. I meet with Mark Applegate with the Butler County Veterans, and we do co-meetings together, and a lot of the same events. We do. It is really a fantastic community. The resources do get together. A lot of events. We'll be setting our own venue up and our own tables and whatnot, and but we do communicate well with one another, and kind of, hey, how can we piggyback off each other? How can we help your source or your efforts, and you can help our efforts? So it is not a one-sided effort at all.
You know, veteran suicide, I know, is, you know, way beyond civilian suicide as far as the numbers. So I have another question for you. You know, we have Hamilpalooza coming up in a couple of weeks, actually less than a couple of weeks. And the Veterans Commission is a major partner in that event this year. They'll be making up about a third of the footprint for our event. Are you guys going to be at that event promoting your event?
We would like to be. I need to discuss this with Jimmy and how we're going to get out there with the tent and what volunteers that we need. And bringing up with the veterans, Ken Callahan from the American Legion, I'll know how many know Ken. He approached me a couple weeks ago, and they're now become a major sponsor of the Corn Stand Jam, and he wants to work together more with the people to come in the American Legion with us, and to get more awareness to those people. So we are making that concentrated effort to help out with the veterans programs now.
I'm on a couple committees with Ken, so know him well, and Mike Farmer is a driving force behind the partnership with Hamilpalooza this year and the Veterans Commission. So
that would be fantastic to be involved in that. We are setting up for awareness on the Walk to Remember at Pyramid Hill, put on by Envision Partnership. So we will be there as well, and that is September 5th, I believe, on a Thursday. And that is to remember, you know, it's a walk that's done to commemorate and remember people that we've lost.
How would we set up for the Hamilpalooza? So I've not set that up before. So who do I get in contact with for us to get that going?
Any of us on this screen. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely want to be involved then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I brought it up because Hamilpalooza, part of Hamilpalooza will end at like 6 o'clock. Okay. But the veterans piece will continue on into early evening. So, you know, you'd want to be placed, I would think, in a position where, you know, when some of the vendors are leaving, you guys continue to be set up in the more veterans area.
Okay.
So.
We have one other thing. We're going to, in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, on September 13th, Friday, we're having the Grand Stand Jam, which is going to be at the Grand Boulevard Boys and Girls Club. And the purpose of that is to, a lot of the families that come to the Boys and Girls Club, and also we're inviting the Booker T. Washington Center as well. These families don't go out a lot. They don't have money to go out. They don't have money to do things together. So we want to do a mini version of the Corn Stand Jam there, where we're going to have some music, we're going to have food, we're going to have arts, games, readings, things of that nature. And also we want to really focus on inviting these families to come to Markham Park. Because what I hear a lot when I go to these, when I talk to some of the parents, when we've done readings are, well, we're not welcome down there. Like, no, you are welcome. This is Hamilton. You are part of Hamilton. Everybody's welcome to Markham Park. Everybody's welcome to the Corn Stand Jam. So we want to reiterate that to these people that they are welcome downtown. And we want them there to be a part of our community.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up, Scott, because we've heard that too. You know, the diversity of people visiting the park has drastically increased, but there's still neighborhoods that feel like that, you know, it's not their park to access. So I think that's great.
And that's a fact. I remember hearing it at the 17 Strong Summit, man, that people were did not feel like they were welcome there.
Yeah. And that's really, you know, perception, but perception becomes reality. So,
looking forward to the Hispanic Festival there, you know, and bringing more people and awareness there as well. I mean, it is a great time to be in Hamilton.
All right. So any more questions for Patrick or Scott? Jason says amen down there. Yay. So totally agree. Christian's Corn Stand Jam is a great event, lots of family fun. So definitely want to get out there and visit that. So we want to thank you two for being here with us today. So we will be back for Coffee and Conversations on August 27th. That's another Tuesday at 9 a.m. on Zoom. So anybody that's on Facebook, if you've got any questions or have any interest in reaching out, certainly message Scott and find out more, or go to their Facebook page and check out more about the Corn Stand Jam. So,
or check the
anything
app
else, anybody?
tomorrow. Check the app tomorrow. By then, it should be on the app. Right, Patrick?
Yep, I'm coming. I'm going to head to the chamber office here in just a minute and have you help me through that, Laura.
Yep, we'll get it taken care of for you, no problem.
Thank you so much.
And then add the grandstand jam too.
Yes.
Have
Yes.
it all out there. So yeah, if anybody hasn't seen the Explore Hamilton app, check that out. We've got it in the Google Play Store, the Apple Store. So find out all the events that are going on around Hamilton. So we will see you all. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
We will
you.
see you all in a couple weeks then.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Meeting